Greetings, fellow players of the internet, and welcome back to wait, what? What is this? Well, I guess it's time for me to complain about something. Donkey Kong Country is not the only game that I'm actually going to play. I'm gonna keep my other projects a secret at the moment, simply because, but this game happens to be a game that probably a good portion of you know, called Adventure Quest Worlds. It is produced by Artix Entertainment, and what is happening on screen right now is me and a friend are actually taking on the enemy with the most HP in the game, the Frost King, also known as King Cole. He has 116,000 HP, even though it only appeared to have like approximately 30,000 when I started the video, because this fight takes for fucking ever. And I made this video on the fly, so I apologize for the rather poor quality of commentary that's going to follow. It's literally 7 minutes of us taking down the last fifth of King Cole. Alright, but Adventure Quest Worlds is an interesting MMO, to say the very least. But to say the most, it is a direct... Well, it's not a direct port, but graphically and the graphics and gameplay style are incredibly similar to another game by Artix Entertainment by the name of Adventure Quest. Yes, this is on purpose, mainly because Adventure Quest Worlds was intended to be a sequel MMO to Adventure Quest. And other than that, you probably should know that Artix Entertainment does a lot of different online browser-based games, such as Warp Force, which I don't particularly care for, but see its appeal, and Dragon Fable, which I kind of care for, but not enough to actually upgrade my account. Of the four games, I personally prefer Adventure Quest. It's just a lot more freeform, at least according to... And, what I'm trying to show off in this video is the easiest way to take down every single freaking boss monster in this game. This needs to get fixed, and unfortunately it's not going to get fixed, because it's not technically broken unless you know what you're doing. But as you can see, both my friend Cloud and I, who I'm not technically on screen at the moment because I'm too close to King Cole, but both Cloud and I happen to be the healer prime class. The way that Adventure Quest Worlds works is that you have different classes that you can start off as, either warrior, rogue, healer, or mage. And shockingly, the mage class, although being the most powerful, like damage per second wise, is actually the hardest one to play, with healers being the second hardest, but being the most broke in an actual party. If you know what you're doing with your healer class, and you get lucky enough to have three members in a team, your entire team, well, basically you and your entire team pretty much gain invincibility. The healer has an ability that I'm not actually showing on screen because I didn't want it to come out too bad, but I still wanted to show off a majority of the screen, called Energy Flow. You'll notice that it keeps going on and off against King Cole on the far right there. And what it does is it allows, first of all, it casts the debuff inhibition on the monster that you cast it on, which decreases their damage per shot by 30%. Now, I don't exactly know how it stacks with two players, but I know that it does somewhat stack. I just don't know how much. But the main thing that it does is it actually casts a buff of the skill name called Energy Flow. What Energy Flow does is that each time that the affected monster takes damage, you regain a certain amount of mana. It's usually 2 points of mana, but I've seen it as high as 5, maybe 6 if I can recall correctly. And this makes it so that your entire spell tree becomes free if you have 3 members, because it's each time that the target takes damage, not each time that you hit it, and it makes the healing class ridiculously broke. If you have 2 healers in your party, you pretty much have beaten the game already. You can stop playing. There is no more challenge left, and it needs to get fixed, and again, it won't. So if you want to go through this game easy, get a friend, have him be a healer, and get a second friend, be any other class. One healer rank 4 or higher, and 2 other people will easily solo a majority of this game. Now, that being said, the healer has the worst damage per second of any of the 4 basic classes, whereas the other three basic classes have multiple attack commands. The healer only has one other attack command rather than auto attack, and it is a skill called Heartbeat. And what Heartbeat does is it deals 10% of your current HP plus a slight bit more magical damage onto your opponent. Now, this is not a bad skill by any measure. As a point of fact, it is pretty much your only offensive weapon other than auto attack. Oh, and here we go. I'm going to show off the infinite mana combo. Literally have energy flow going at all times, and you'll note that my mana almost never really seems to decrease. And oh crap, I didn't notice that it did this. Ah shit. I'm sorry guys, it looks like I accidentally zoomed in on Frost King. I really didn't mean to do that. That's part of the Cam Studio effects that I didn't really pay much attention to because I was too busy paying attention to the fight. Because at this specific point in the fight, as you can tell, we happen to have 3 members in this group. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he ends up leaving. No, I think he actually stays around. But yeah, as you can see, we are officially dwindling down his HP extraordinarily quickly. So yeah, this Adventure Quest Worlds as a game is actually rather fun, interesting, and all in all, it's an okay game. I do recommend picking it up if you want to try out something new. I won't be able to show any of that stuff because again, I'm not actually a member in this game. I probably should consider it, but I won't, more than likely. So yeah, that was the last 30,000 HP for King Cole. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, be safe. Expect more videos soon.